Hello again everybody, this is Sebastian Keynes and this is going to be another Watcher of Realms video. In this one, I will show you how I cleared stage 12 of the Trials of the Watchers. I actually decided to use a lineup that will be more relatable to the majority of players, and I'm going to show you how I did it. All right, so as I set up the clip here to show you exactly how the run went or how it looked, I'm bringing in epics and I'm gonna use one rare, which is gonna be Camille. We do need two healers in this setup, so Lightlock and Camille are gonna be it. Of all of these heroes, Camille is the only one that is at 50. Everybody else is at 60. So as you can see, I avoided using Alura, Constance, and Laya for this. If you do have these heroes, use them. It'll make this a lot easier, especially when you're going to need the sustain that you need with the last wave to make sure that nothing gets across to the portal, your crystals. As you can see, we're bringing in 3 marksmen because we need to meet that requirement. We have to deploy 3 marksmen, so in this case it's going to be Crutch, going to be Idril, and it's going to be Breen. We're going to bring in a couple of fighters. Ian is going to hopefully help us with some damage there at the end when we need it, but I'm bringing in Dallin mostly because of her cost, giving us cost that I'm going to need to set this up, especially trying to bring in Cratch to the battlefield, right? With this high cost, it makes it a little bit hard. So that's essentially what her role is going to be. The damage dealers here are going to be Breen, Idril, Cratch, and Iona. That's what we're going to need them for. In the 2 tanks, I decided to go with Mariel because Mariel can heal, and her heals are based on defense. And of course, Livian. Livian is a very good tank for this. So we're going to bring these 2 epics into the battle. Okay, so here we are. Let's start the battle. And of course, the first thing that I'm going to do is that I want to bring in Dallin and Livian. Those are the first 2 that we're going to set up. You're gonna see that down here. There goes Livian. She's gonna block the first wave, and she's gonna get us the cost that we need. I'm gonna put Lightlock down now. Just give Livian the backup that she needs until I can bring a damage dealer. You saw me put Livian up there just to get it out of the way. So this is where I decided to bring in Breen. So now I have her here in this tile, and then I have Iona in this tile, so she can start doing some damage down here, and then Breen can help with the backup. Now I'm seeing the flying units come in, so that's when I bring in Camille. And remember, that extra cost that Dallin is giving us is coming into big here in terms of setting this up. So now that I have Camille backing up Breen is going to be targeted by the flying units. But she has coverage, which is what we need. So on this one here, I was debating whether to bring in and put Crutch right in front of the flying units, but then I decided just to go ahead and use him on the side. So he can not only do damage to these flying units, but possibly do some damage to this, these waves here to begin.
Quite accurate, aren't you?
Okay, so here's where I'm going to do the swap. I said, Dallin, thank you very much. You've done enough for us for now. So I'm going to bring in Mariel to block all this coming at us, and I'm hoping that she can sustain as much as possible. I think in her build I have her around 5500 defense. If you can scale that up a little bit more, it'll probably make it a little bit more cleaner than what my run is going to be. All right, so since we now have everything set up, I think I just brought out Ian here to kind of help Livian deal with this. Unfortunately, I lost Iona at the top, but I wasn't too concerned because we only had 1 minion to deal with, so I thought maybe Breen could do what we needed her to do. And of course, Adriel had her ultimate on, so at least she helped us finish him. So now we're just trying to deal with the flying units. Now the one thing that I do know is I do have Cratch coming back around again, but we're gonna use him. We're gonna have him take Iona's place, and since it can do AoE damage, might as well, right? But this is where I was hoping that Camille could hold off enough for Breen to do the healing, just enough healing for her to stay alive. Because if she would have died there, this run would have been done. So again, we're just trying to hold off as much as we can. Cratch is trying to do as much damage as he can. All right. So now, once this stubborn grippers come close to us, I'm gonna lose Cratch. Now, I decided to put down Iona because I thought that she was gonna get healed, but she didn't. So we lost her. And so everything was about Breen at this point. And I'm also gonna lose Livian, unfortunately. But we were able to hold them off enough for me to be able to place Dallin, and so just holding them off there, Breen had the opportunity to bring him down, and then pretty much that is completed. As you can see, everybody is at 60, like I said, and Camille is the only one at 50, and that's how that run went. So yes, it was dirty, but guess what? We got it done, and we were able to complete the stage, and is all 3 stars. And that's essentially what we're looking for. Let me show you in terms of the damage. You can see that Breen, Cratch, and Iona did some of the damage along with Idril. So those were the damage dealers that we needed to get this done. And then you can see the healers did their part, and then the defenders did their part, just like we planned it out at the beginning. So now let me show you the builds. Okay, here we are. Let me show you the builds. Let's start with Cratch. Now, Cratch, he had the Reaper's Emblem as the artifact, and we had him in the Fracture set along with an Annihilating set, if that is something that you were curious about. In terms of the stats, close to 4,000, 14,000 attack with 109 crit rate and 277 crit damage, and some rage regeneration, and of course 235 speed. If you want to add more speed, it certainly help you out in that regard. He is the only legendary that we use, so now we'll go through the epics. Breen, I had to put her in an Inferno set just to give us the damage that we needed, and you saw it came in handy along with the Warlord set. And the artifact is Idril's Gaze, and her stats are 10,000 attack, 105 crit rate, 220 critical damage, no rage regen, but 319 speed, in case you were curious about that. When it came to Idril, again, Infernal set with Warlord, and we have her in Idril's Gaze as well. Her stats, 10,800 attack, 287 attack speed, 96% crit rate, 294 crit damage. No rage regeneration for this particular example. And that was 3 marksmen. Okay, so then Iona was the next one. Ageless Raz set with her with a Warlord, 12,000 attack, 72.5 crit rate, 299 crit damage, 185 attack speed. Wasn't concerned too much about her attack speed. As you can see, it isn't the best ageless set that I have in my account, but it's one that was good enough to do the job for us. So this is not an extreme build by all means necessary. Okay. He was in the back. He didn't do enough damage, but he held off enough those last 3 minion for us to be able to kill him and complete the battle. He was in enough set. It's just pieces put together on him. Attack, crit damage, attack bonus. So you can see 17,000 attack, 93.5 crit rate, 222 crit damage, some speed, He's not going overly fast, no rage regeneration. And then the artifact is just the Frigid Flame. This is just whatever artifact you want to throw on him just to get some stats on him. He wasn't, he had a play in the battle, but he wasn't a crucial one. When it came to Mariel, Mariel does have what used to be Oleg's Wall is now Bastion's Ring, so that is the artifact that we had on her. And both tanks had the similar artifact. Just keep in mind, we needed this to provide us the extra block to make sure that nothing slipped us by the end. In terms of gear, is the Asclepius set, gives us max HP and a little bit more healing effect, alongside with the Immortal Warrior. So for Mariel, I was able to get at least 5,385 defense on her. If you can get more, go ahead and do it. 79,000 HP, 240 attack speed, and some healing effect, given that she does self-heal. Same thing for Livian with the Asclepius set and the Immortal Warrior. She's a little bit thicker because we needed her to be able to sustain the bottom as much as possible. 8,355 defense, 80,000 HP, and 137 attack speed, some healing effect, and some rage regeneration on her. It showed you the artifact already. In case you're curious about Dallin, you know, I think you can bring her right at 50. I just used her there for the cost, and then you saw me at the end, I plopped her down just to block and try to hold up those minions at the end for Breen to finish them off. But I just put her in a set that I had, so she has a little bit of HP and attack, some critical rate, and 304 critical damage. Again, this is just an extra set that I had. I even think this is Abomination set that I had on him, and I just gave it to her, given that we have now the swap feature. So just keep that in mind, that she wasn't really there for the battle, she was there more for the cost. When it came to Lightlock, he is in just broken pieces, so normal set, but he had enough attack for us to get the heal that we needed out of him, some attack speed, not a whole lot, and then the 30 healing effect. And his artifact was the Bright Ring, and it's just an extra artifact that I had laying around, so I just put that on him. You could probably get something with, if you can, ideally I think would have been the, let me make sure, because they renamed them, and yeah, maybe this one would have been better, Hayam's Balm, to just give us that extra healing when we needed, but they're at the, when they were getting low. So that was pretty much it. Oh, and Camille, same thing, it's just the extra artifact that I had, so I gave it to her. And I did put her in an invigoration set just to give anybody that especially Hydro, maybe getting that extra attack boost, and then a healing effects set here. You can see 6,000 attack, healing effect 125, and then 34.5 rage regeneration, and then some health, of course. She was never, I don't think she was in danger of dying, but if you were going to place her on the bottom, yeah, then you're going to need a little bit more HP, because she needs to survive those hits, those AoE hits by those that's last set of minions that are coming into the battle. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's how I tackled this with the epics and the rare for this particular faction. Again, if you have your legendaries, use them. It'll just make life easier for you. Okay, if you did appreciate the content of this video, please hit like and subscribe. I would appreciate it, and I will see you all next time on the next Watcher of Realms video.